Something that would really bug me about my Amazon FBA business is that I could not figure out my actual profits. With my cost of goods, all of the different selling fees, having to do returns and refunds, it was nearly impossible for me to say a number that I was bringing in each day, each month for my actual profit. And it seems crazy, but it's not that crazy when you think about it, and I think a lot of sellers have this problem because there are just so many numbers to keep track of. Your inventory cost, all of your different fees. So it's really hard to see the profit analytics side of your Amazon business. Then finally, I was able to find a tool that did this for me. I can quickly look and see a breakdown of all of my expenses and on any given day exactly what my profits are. And this tool is called Sellerboard. I've been using Sellerboard now for a while with my Amazon business, and there is no going back. I absolutely love it, and I'm so super excited to show you guys all of the capabilities that you can do with this one tool. So I want to give a huge shout out to Sellerboard for sponsoring this video. You guys know that I am here always sharing with you guys only things that are actually working in my business, and this is one of those things that is actually working. So I really appreciate them for sponsoring it because it helps me to keep my channel going and keep introducing you guys to things that I'm actually using to help me scale my business. And it's not just for profit analytics. That is the biggest feature for it and why I love using it, but there is so much that you can do with this, from managing your inventory, even helping you with PPC and running campaigns. So much this tool has capabilities to do, and I 100% recommend it for you. So I'm about to show you all of my favorite features of Sellerboard, and I know you too are going to be hooked on it. But first, if you're new here, I'm Cassandra, and I am a full-time Amazon seller coming right here each and every week to you guys to tell you exactly what I'm learning and doing in my business so you too can have a successful Amazon business to scale. So if you're into that content, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, all the things, because it really does help me to keep coming here and bringing free content to you guys. And you know, it brings me so much joy to teach you guys how to sell on Amazon. So let's get into it and let me show you how to use one of my favorite tools for managing my business. Sellerboard helps keep everything in order when it comes to all of those profit analytics, figuring out where's my money going, what exactly are all of the costs associated with selling on Amazon, and what's my actual profit in the end. Something else huge with Sellerboard is that it helps me with my restocking and my inventory. So I know exactly what I have, what's selling well, and exactly when I need to reorder. And I can even get private label help, like running my PPC campaigns and making sure that they are cost effective and actually converting, and helping me to get reviews. All of these things are just put right on automation. And for the price of Sellerboard, everything that's offered, it is a no-brainer. You can literally start using this and its features for as little as $15 a month. And this is how you scale your business, is by getting these good systems in order that allow you to keep track of everything. And that's exactly what Sellerboard does for me. And a cool part is you can try all of this out for 1 month for free, but thanks to the people at Sellerboard, they have given you guys 2 months completely free. All you have to do is use the link that they've given us right down in the description. And I guarantee you, after those 2 months, you are going to want to keep using Sellerboard, because once you have it and you see how much it can just organize everything in your business and help you to scale, you're not going to want to get rid of it. So we're going to go right up here for me to show you exactly how to use this software to their demo account. Before I started using Sellerboard, I was literally using several different softwares, making memberships to each of these and giving payments to do what Sellerboard can do all in one. So I was able to cancel so many different subscriptions and just use Sellerboard. As soon as you log into your dashboard, you're going to start seeing all those profit analytics, and it really does a good job of breaking it down for you. Now I can see right here today's sales, yesterday's, the month to date, the month that's forecasted based on the last month of selling, and compare those numbers to last month. So I can really see, okay, what's going on this month, comparing it to last month. Are we up? Are we down? Exactly what's happening. And if I wanted to change this view a little bit, I could just come right here and I can change it to whichever data I'm trying to see. I could do today, yesterday, 2 days ago, so have it be even closer in time. Whatever view I'm wanting to see, I can pull that up. So here's how it takes the guesswork out of it for me so I can see exactly what's going on day to day. So for today, it's showing me my total number of sales, how many orders that was, and how many units it was, plus how many returns I've had for the day. If I'm running any PPC ad campaigns, I can see the cost that I've had, and then we can see our gross profit, our net profit with all those different fees taken out, and our estimated payment. And if I really want to dive down into the little nitty-gritties of everything, I'm just going to click right here where it says more. And now, itemized, I can see all of my expenses for the day. All of the guesswork is taken out and all of the numbers, plain and simple, for me to see. It literally doesn't get easier than this when it comes to seeing your expenses compared to your profits. Now, I'm the type of person, I love a good chart when analyzing the data. So you can come right here and pull it up to the chart view. Now I can see all of my months right here, exactly what I'm doing each month and how it's comparing to each other. If I toggle over top of it, now I can see the breakdown of that time frame, the units sold, the ad costs, refunds, and the profit. If I want to change the time span that I'm looking at, super easy. I'm just going to come up here and I can put in a custom range, or maybe I just want to see the last 30 days. And if you're selling across different marketplaces, you can also have access to that here. So if you're on Canada and you just want to see how that account's going, you could just pull that up, your US account, or you can keep it to all. And then as I'm clicking on the different months, my breakdown of my numbers, my expenses, my profits, they're all coming up right here on the side. Now to stay super organized, what I like to do is come right down here and just download the table each and every single month, print it off, and save it. So now I put all of this into my little binder, and then month after month, I have a quick view of exactly where my business is. Now let's come up here and check out the profit and losses. For my columns, I have all of the months, or again, I can come here and filter it if I'm looking for just a specific duration of time. And now all of my expenses and my profits right here in one place. Again, I download and save it in my binder. Something else that I do is I come up here and I can look at just individual Asins one at a time. So let's check out for this jewelry packaging gift box. Now for this single unit, I can see exactly what my sales and my expenses were for each month. Super, super helpful for you to track and see how profitable your products are and what their sell-through is. Now coming back over to the tiles view, so scrolling down, now I can see each individual Asin that I'm selling right here in one place. This makes it so easy for me to see exactly what's selling well and how my stock levels are, so I know exactly when to reorder so that I do not have to go and run out of stock. I can see the breakdown of how many units I have remaining, and I can click that to filter it so that I can see the ones that are either out of stock or about to run out of stock. And I know that those are the ones that need to be reordered right now if they haven't been already. All of the guesswork is taken right out, and that's what I really love about this. It's so straightforward, and every number that I would want to see is here. I can also see for each Asin what my cost of goods is, and if that were to change, maybe you're getting this wholesale and the price goes up, you can just come right here and readjust that cost of goods so you're getting a completely accurate measure of your profits. Then I can see my listing price, and if I toggle right over here, now I'm going to get even more data. I can see my adjusted sales velocity, how many units are selling through each day, and something really cool, I can see the days left before my stock runs out. If you're running any PPC, that's going to be right there. So then I can see based on my sales with all of my different fees taken out, my net profit is here, my margin, my ROI. It's all so simple to see. And it's also keeping track of the BSR. So you can make sure that that BSR isn't changing. You know that you want a strong BSR for your product. So your BSR is right here, and it's showing you how it has changed, how the percentage has done compared to the last 7-day average. So you can really monitor and make sure those BSRs are staying strong. And then right here under info, I can click for more. And now I can see all of the expenses plus the profits and all of my different ROIs and margins right here, clear as day. Now let's go down and check out inventory tab. And we're gonna go to the planner. If you plan on running an Amazon store to scale, you know, having maybe hundreds of different Asins, there needs to be a system set up for keeping track of everything. And that's exactly what this planner is for me. Each different Asin is keeping track of exactly what I have left. So I know how many days of stock there are here, and I can even change that. So maybe I'm trying to prep and make sure I have enough for 2 or 3 months of stock. I'm going to come over here to the action, edit, and now I can change if I want a different target stock range. So maybe I wanted to order enough to be enough stock for 90 days. I could just change that right here. And I can put a buffer here to make sure that I'm not running out of stock. Especially for private labeled products, you definitely don't want to run out of stock. If you don't have stock to sell, you're not making sales. But you also don't want to have too much stock. You don't want to have to take up too much space at the warehouse or house it on your own and take up space at your own house. So it's really important to make sure that you have enough stock, but not too much stock. So that's what this is going to do for us. It's going to project how much stock based on our sales we actually need to order. And then when it comes time to look at and see, okay, what needs to be reordered so I'm not running out, I like to come right here, days until next order, and I can adjust this. So I can go value ascending, and now I can see exactly what needs to be ordered and when. So if these hadn't been ordered yet, it's time. Now I can see for this one here, I have 9 days until I need to reorder so that I don't run out of stock. Like I mentioned, if you are running Amazon at scale, this is definitely something that you just need to have. And then I can get a little snapshot up here of exactly what my cost of goods are and my potential sales and potential profit. And I can even look at individual SKUs and Asins one at a time. Or maybe I want to select a couple of them. Maybe I'm just focused on these 3 products right now and I want to see for my inventory planner what's going on. I can filter that, and I could just look at the data for those individual Asins. This has been a huge time saver for me and my business and making sure that I'm staying on top of stock. If you go into your Amazon Seller Central account, you cannot see the data like you can see the data here. The back end of your Seller Central account is kind of complex, and to look at just each individual Asin, and if you want to look at all of the Asins at once like this, you don't have those capabilities with just your Seller Central account. What I found was doing a lot of arbitrage. I would start selling a product, and then once it sold out, I would just kind of forget about it. It would be gone, and I wasn't reordering it. I was missing out on so much potential and so many different sales because once that Asin was out of stock, I was just on to the next one. I wasn't going back and looking at the inventory that I've already sold and reordering it. Having it like this, that doesn't happen anymore. I can see exactly when it's out of stock, and I don't forget about it. It doesn't just get shoved to the side. I can go back in and reorder and know that I have enough stock for whatever duration of time I want. So if I'm making sure to order enough for 2 months, I'm going to filter that right in, and it's going to tell me exactly what to order and when. Super easy. Something else that I like to do is right here where it says FBA and FBM stock, I'm going to click on that for each different Asin I'm looking at. And now I can see exactly where the sales are happening and how many. So on November 18th, we can see we had 3 sales on Amazon.com, February 2nd, 4 sales. And now I'm going to jump over here to the adjusted sales velocity. And now I have here a forecast of my projected monthly growth rate. I could see the period, days in stock, units sold, velocity. Next, I'm going to flip right here to the manufacturing and logistics. And this is where I can put in my manufacturing time. So if this is something that's private label, maybe it's going to take a while to manufacture and to get to you. You can adjust that right here. And you can also input how long it's going to take for the shipping. So these numbers are great to put in for how long everything's going to take to get to you and get to the FBA warehouse to be active, so that Sellerboard knows more accurately when to have you reordering based on how long things are taking to manufacture and ship. Now let's come down to purchase orders. Before using Sellerboard, my purchases were just kind of all over the place. Basically, they were just in my email, all chaotically, and nothing was organized. Now, all my purchase orders are right here in one place, and everything is linked to your Seller Central account. So in real time, they can see exactly what's coming in, when it should arrive, and making sure that all of the units that you ordered actually did arrive. So you can see the status here when things are shipped, when they close. We can come right down here to add a new purchase order, and then we put in our details right here. We can see exactly when it's ordered, when it ships, and when it finally closes. This is a big time saver for me, having everything in one place when it comes to my purchase orders. And if Amazon were to ask me for any documentation, or if a brand comes at me with an IP and they want to make sure that I got my supplies from an authorized distributor, I can come in right here and I know exactly which purchase order I need to submit. And now underneath the FBA shipments tab, I can see all of my shipments, how many are being received, what percentage amount has been received, and when it closes out. And then what's cool here is it's keeping track too to make sure that they got what you sent. So for my warnings, if I toggle right here, it is alerting me that the number that I sent is not correlating with the number that they're counting in. So after the time frame comes where I'm able to file a claim, then I can start my claim so that Amazon can start finding my different products and I'm not losing out on lost inventory. Next, coming back to the dashboard, now I want to take you to PPC. If you're running ad campaigns on your products, maybe this is something that is a wholesale bundle and you're trying to draw more people to it, or if it's private label, you definitely are going to be running ad campaigns and running some PPC on those. You need to be able to see this data. This is showing you so much more than Seller Central would show you alone. So in green here, each different day, I can see my ad spend, my profit in blue, and my ACOS in this yellow number. So I can make sure that my campaigns are actually working. What I'm targeting is converting so that I'm not wasting money on targeting keywords that are not converting to sales. So I can quickly look here and see how many orders I'm getting, my ad spend, refunds, fees, all of the expenses, and then my ACOS percentage. And if you're not familiar with ACOS, all it is a ratio of the ad amount that you're spending to the number of sales. So you can make sure you're not just spending money on these campaigns and not actually profiting in sales. So I can see what is active for my campaigns, my ad spend, cost per click, my sales, there's that ACOS percentage, and my break-even ACOS. So the break-even would mean that your profit is equal to 0. You're breaking even on it. And then what my break-even bid is set to. So let's choose one of our campaigns and go to Info More. Now I can see the breakdown of my sales and all my costs with that one specific campaign. And now let's go right here to Edit. Here's where you can change the automation of the campaign. So if you want to keep it on, the automation is just completely enabled and all of your bids and keywords, the recommendations are calculated and applied automatically every day. Or you can put it on test and they're not going to be applied automatically. You will apply them from Sellerboard manually. Right here, super cool. We are going to check out the keyword automation. Now here is where you can make sure you are not wasting money trying to convert keywords that aren't actually working for that listing. So depending on how aggressive you want to be, here's where you can change it. So if you have no sales after so many number of clicks, then it is going to move that bad performing search term to negative. So if after maybe 12 clicks, it's not converting to any sales, I want to move that to a negative key term, then I'm going to put in the number 12 right there. So you're not going to have to do this manually. You're not going to have to hire somebody to see if your key terms are actually good ones and working. It's going to be done for you on automation right here on Sellerboard. Those key terms that aren't working for you, you're not going to keep paying for them. You decide after how many clicks of no sales to get rid of it. Trying to run and manage PPC ad campaigns on several different projects at one time can be a lot. And usually it requires having a lot of knowledge about PPC or hiring somebody to help you. But by having it all right here in Sellerboard, it is making it so much easier for you to manage your PPC on your own. Make sure you're not spending money on things that aren't converting and just automate these campaigns. One last really cool thing to show you that I love using, right here under autoresponder, we're going to go to campaigns. Getting reviews is something that is really important and that matters a lot when it comes to selling on Amazon, especially if you're doing private label. The number of reviews is going to really help out push your product on for more people to see when you're getting good reviews. And even if you're not doing private label, you still want reviews to go on your storefront so that people can see that you are a respectable seller. You're somebody who's making a lot of sales, you're getting a lot of positive reviews, and people are going to trust ordering from you. And it's really hard to get reviews on Amazon. Typically, you're going to sell 100, 200 products and maybe receive one review in total. This is going to significantly help increase your reviews. Now, something that I will say is I do exclude my FBM orders when I'm doing these campaigns because FBM orders, things can happen. In transit, those packages can get broken and then a customer can give me a negative review and Amazon is not going to take that down. Whereas if you're utilizing FBA, if something does happen then with the shipping or if something's broken, you can have Amazon strike that review out so it's not negative against your account because it wasn't your fault. You were utilizing FBA. So it's going to help safeguard you from negative reviews if you exclude those FBM orders. So you set up this campaign, make it active, and I send it to new customers. So every time somebody orders a new customer, this is what's going to happen. automatically they are going to be sent this. And I just use the Amazon template just to make sure everything aligns. You know, if they're getting this, they can see, oh, this is typically what Amazon sends, and this is all it is. So it's a nice little reminder for them to review the product, because typically people aren't just going to go in and review the products on their own. They usually only do if something negative has happened. So this encourages them to very easily, it's going to come right up in their email and they can hit, click, and give you a 5-star rating. If you are looking to increase your reviews, I guarantee you automating this campaign is going to significantly increase those reviews for you. And there it is, a breakdown of all of my favorite features that Sellerboard offers. And I hope it wasn't too much for you to try to digest at once, but as you can tell, I am super, super excited about this software and what it's doing to help me to keep track of all of my profit analytics, keep track of my inventory, make those PPC campaigns and my reviews go up. Everything that I need is right here all in one, and it is such a time saver and a stress reliever for me. And don't forget, if you're not using Sellerboard yet, 2 months completely free. Use the code right down below when you're signing up, and I don't think you are going to regret it, especially if you are running an Amazon business at scale and you need to keep track of your inventory. If profit analytics matter to you, if running campaigns on automation matter to you, all of that right here for a very, very cheap price, starting at $15. You really can't beat it. I hope this video has been super helpful for you guys. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to Sellerboard. I love using this software and you have really helped me grow my business. I hope that by you utilizing this as well, it's going to do the same for you. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next video.